Dangerfield, Dangerfield.
All right there, yes, I've had a shave. This is bullshit. This Alex Jones thing is a disaster. It's terrifying stuff. What we've witnessed over the last few years, the last half decade perhaps, is that the public and political sphere has become digital. That's kind of how it's worked. And that digital sphere, those platforms through which we can communicate, is dominated by Silicon fucking Valley. That grotty little soy-infested boot camp in San Francisco. This is absolutely shocking. The fact they were all there, I mentioned it in my last video, Spotify, Apple, Facebook, YouTube, and Pinterest, fucking Pinterest. They must have got together. Can you imagine them sitting round with their soy lattes and their and they've said, let's just get rid of him. But surely, Tarquin, the people will be very angry. The people. Can you believe he said the people like it used to be, as if come on, they're too busy. And they just fucked him off. People are getting their PayPal accounts shut down. Their ability to trade, their ability to engage in the free market, and specifically the free market of ideas. No. Patreon. People being taken off of that. No. Got the wrong politics. You're politically incorrect. And that's all that's happened. That's all this is. This is political correctness. You know, weirdly, this is the old cliche. This is political correctness gone mad, and it actually is. Hate speech is just a rebranding because people laugh at political correctness. It didn't survive history's better view. History laughs at political correctness. Can't say blackballed. Can't. Just fuck off. Because no one gives a shit. It's just been rebranded, and it's such an insipid, vile, little ghastly rebranding. Because hate speech, it parades. Alex Jones's legal issues are being dealt with by the law. There are laws in place to deal with legal issues. Alex Jones's hate speech is sold as moral. It's immoral. Oh, have you heard what he said? Oh. And they've washed him out off the face of the digital earth. Hate speech. It's just political correctness. And what is that? It's just another endless attack on freedom of speech, free speech, the seed of our society, the initial, original freedom that leads to, that allows, that creates, that gives space to other freedoms. And hate speech, just like its other ridiculous incantation beforehand, political correctness, is just an attack on that. And the more you attack free speech, the more you limit our ability to express ourselves, the more you attack the greater freedoms of a society. It's absolutely shocking. And this is just Alex Jones. He's hardly mein Führer. Alex Jones did nothing wrong. You know, it's nothing. They just don't like it. They don't like his numbers. They don't like his reach. And you can laugh. I don't watch Alex Jones. I've watched a few of them. He's all right. I've laughed at a bit. I've quite liked him when he's had guests on there because of his own strange particular angle. He can tend to bring other strange particular angles out of people who I wouldn't usually see talking like that. But don't think this will stop. Why would you think this will stop? This is a litmus test. When they sat around there, those shits, They thought, well, you know, let's see what happens when we digitally erase someone, when we stop someone engaging. This is like in the Greek city-state, just shooting someone who was having his bit to say in the polis. No, ooh, you can't say that. We don't want that. We want to control words. We want to control language. And you know what controlling words and language does? It controls your future. These platforms are ideologically engineering your future by controlling, surveying, limiting and penalising what can be said. And how dare they select Alex Jones for things he said when you've got the likes of CNN, MSNBC, the Young Turks, who've been going on about Russian collusion with zero evidence for God knows how long. They continually talk bullshit. They continually speak politically. They are continually politically active. But no, that's fine. Because this is political. They want to get rid of the opposition. This won't stop. This will be like betting on an accumulator. Who's going to be next? Paul Joseph Watson? Sargon? Could. Look, if these people are willing to erase these big names like Alex Jones in front of everyone in a matter of hours, which is admitting, confessing that they sat around and planned it and were happy to do it, knowing what people would think, why do you think they'll stop? This is going on and on. They want to eradicate opposition. They want a single ideology. They don't want any hate speech. They don't want any incorrect politics. These bastards want a brave new world where everything's fine. Everyone agrees. No one says something out of turn. No one's asked to think out the box. Everyone's good. We're all happy. It's fine. Shut up. Get in line. Keep your head down. Earn some money. Pay your taxes. Have some kids. And fucking die. This will continue. Alex Jones is just a drop. It's a litmus test. It's the start of a purge. I want to show you something. This is comedian. That ain't. That's a list of ethnic slurs. I'm researching a video. I'm not. This is Stuart Lee. Stuart Lee's an arsehole lefty comedian. Awful comedian, terrible. It's all, it's of his politics. It's all in-joke stuff. You know, even at his gigs when no one's laughing, he goes, one person will laugh and he'll go, you've seen me before. The rest of them are waiting for jokes. Wanker. Am I part of the in-group? Have I seen Stuart Lee enough times? This is him talking about political correctness, hate speech. It's the same thing. Listen to the absolute stupidity he talks about. And what is insane, he's clearly not an idiot. Stuart Lee's a clever bloke. But look what progressive politics do to someone's ability to think. Look what progressive politics do to someone's ability to understand the basics. Check this out.
It really worries me that 84% of this audience agree with this statement, because the kind of...
Right, so 84% of the studio audience agreed that political correctness has gone mad. This was in 2006. So 84%, this isn't his audience. Oh no, that wouldn't have been 84%. So he's a bit upset about that. We'll play that again. 2007.
It really worries me that 84% of this audience agree with this statement, because the kind of people that...
Look at that smug bastard in that picture of his little badge. It's just Rick off The Young Ones. Fucking fascist.
say political correctness gone mad are usually using that phrase as a kind of cover action to attack minorities or people that they disagree with.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you think hate speech, political correctness, if you think it's gone a little bit over the top, you're usually using it to abuse minorities. Yeah, that's what he said. Do you want to hear it again? Sit down, relax, take some breaths, listen.
That say political correctness gone mad are usually using that phrase as a kind of cover action to attack minorities or people that they disagree with.
Really? Does he actually think that? Or is it just such a bullshit logic he's having to tackle here? You know, that's a band-aid, you know. I'll have to stick it in. You can't build a house on on dodgy foundations. And that's what this bullshit is. So everything after agreeing that hate speech and political correctness are positive forces in the world, everything after that is equally bullshit, because it has to be.
I'm of an age where I can see the difference that political correctness has made. When I was 4 years old, my grandfather drove me around
Right, this is key. I'll take it back a bit. He's at an age, right, where he can see the changes that political correctness has made, right? That's key.
Minorities or people that they disagree with. I'm of an age where I can see the difference that political correctness has made. When I was 4 years old...
His first example, right, of the differences political correctness has made. Bearing in mind, the sacrifice is free speech. What's been spent is our freedom to express ourselves. So that's the cost. What are the pros? What's your first one?
My grandfather drove me around Birmingham, where the Tories had just fought an election campaign saying, if you want a nigger for a neighbour, vote Labour.
Right, that's a lie, isn't it, Stuart? Because you were born in 1968. You're saying you're 4 years old when this happened. That's 1972. The Tory party election you're talking about was 1965. So not just won an election. It was fucking, what, 7 years previous? But no, sorry, you've got a narrative to push. Continue. You know, it wasn't that people thought differently then. It's not that you're trying to hold people in the past by today's standards or anything.
And he drove me around saying this is where all the coons and niggers and jungle bunnies live. And I remember being at school in the early...
Right, there you go. That's his first... That's it. Believe me, he's now on to the second one. That's the difference that political correctness has made. His granddad said coon and jungle bunny. What, you don't think there are black people driving around the white estates? This is saying this is where all the fucking honky crackers live. Come on. That's it.
And saying this is where all the coons and niggers and jungle bunnies live. And I remember being at school...
I mean, it's worth having our freedom of speech and then all our other freedoms sacrificed so that his granddad doesn't say nigger, isn't it? Because minorities can't cope with being called names.
In the early 80s, and my teacher, when he read the register, instead of saying the name of the one Asian boy in the class, he would say, is the black spot in?
Oh my God! And how did the black spot cope? Because everyone got taken the piss out of at school by students and tutors. My tutor called me smelly because, wait for it, I smell. The fat kid got fatty. The short kid was called midget. You know what? I managed to cope. I dealt with it. Even at the time, I didn't give a shit. But sure, continue to sacrifice our freedoms for that.
Right? And all these things have gradually been eroded by...
All these things is Grandad saying jungle bunny and teachers calling kids names. Wow, that was worth it.
It's the black spot in, right? And all these things have gradually been eroded by political correctness.
Amazing. Well done. Well done. It's like having a tattoo you don't want on your arm and cutting your arm off and be like, yeah, but, you know, I got rid of the tattoo.
So it seems to me about to be about a kind of institutionalised politeness at its worst.
No, fuck, at its worst, our freedoms have been hugely totalitarian, authoritarianly restricted, you fucking twit.
And if there is some fallout from this...
If there is some fallout from attacks on free speech, are you fucking insane? It's not a bit of fallout. Our society is at risk. Our ability to express ourselves honestly is at risk. People are being locked up for things they say, you fucking donut.
Which means that someone in an office might get in trouble one day for saying something that someone was a bit unsure about because they couldn't decide if it was sexist.
And that's not what's happening. People are going to... A bloke in Canada was fined $45,000 or something for making a joke about someone. Look at fucking Dankula. 2 years through the court systems. Are you mad? People are losing their jobs for sexist things, which weren't. That's their life. They can't get another job because it's on their record, you selfish piece of useless shit.
Or homophobic or racist. It's a small price to pay for the massive benefits and improvements in the quality of life for millions of people that political correctness has made.
Oh, what? Like your granddad saying jungle bunny or your school teacher saying black spot? You had the choice of any examples of the benefits of hate speech, the benefits of political correctness. Said the same thing. You could have said anything. You could have given any examples. You could have given us a reason. Why is it good that our freedoms are being fucking hung? Why is it good we're having our mouths sewn up? Oh, because, well, you know, minorities aren't being called names anymore.
It's a complete lie that allows the right, which basically controls media now and international.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the right controls the media, sure.
That allows the right, which basically controls media now and international politics, to make people on the left that are concerned about the way people are represented look like they're killjoys. And
No, it's not that they're fucking killjoys. It's that freedom of speech is being attacked. It's the cornerstone of a free society, you pillock.
Really sick and
I wave my virtue flag so high. Piss off.
Those 84% of you in this room that have agreed with this phrase.
Political correctness has gone mad.
You're like those people that turn around and go, you know the most oppressed minority in Britain today are white middle-class men. You're a bunch of idiots.
Because that could never be the case, could it? You're a bunch of idiots. It could never be the case. You might want to look into it a bit.
Oh dear. I now feel that apart from the 4 people clapping, there's an edge of alienation in the audience.
Yeah, not fucking surprising. What a total twit. Don't let these people get on. What can you do about it? You can talk about it. You can share videos. You can be aware. You just get this stuff out there. And you will lose friends for having these ideas. Fuck them. There's more important things to do. Be strong. Be brave. Be honest. Know what you know and live that fucking truth. We can't let these cunts erase us all. And they will. They're trying. It's on. It's started. Stand up. Be strong. Fight for what you believe in. We can win.